Hey guys, it's Brad again from Arborview Properties. So this is a continuation of the other video I just did, which is don't let sale price cloud your judgment. This video is about working with investors. And the thing we've seen lately as the market got really hot in the past couple years, we've really hit our peak now. The market's kind of flattened out. It's hit its peak. We're not going to see the crazy appreciation we've been seeing in the past few years. That's just done. That's just part of natural market cycles, and that's okay. We're not crashing, we're not going down like we did in 2007, 2008. We just sort of flattened out, right? We're just cruising, right? We turned on the cruise control and we're just cruising, right? We were not accelerating anymore. So what that means is lots of people got into the real estate market as it got really hot. It was a lot of Me Too's, and they see the things on TV and in the age of the internet, they see all that stuff, and now they want to be a part of the game. What that means is you have a lot of inexperienced people out there making offers on houses. Just like we do. I'm not inexperienced. I've been in this business for years now and have built an established business, and I've bought a lot of houses in the past few years So I've gained a lot of experience in this, and I know how to accurately evaluate a house. I know how to assess rehab costs and what we need to put into it. I know what I can do with the house, whether it would be a good rental, whether we would flip it, whether we would just buy it and hold it. I know what to do with houses, and I know all the neighborhoods, and I know the values, and I know how to run comparables, and I'm really experienced in that. And I've taught my team how to do that, right? Now my team does it. So if you call in the office and you talk to Missy, I've taught her how to evaluate houses so she can do that for me, so I'm not having to evaluate every single house we look at. So the message here is that you're going to deal with an inexperienced investor, and I want you to do your research on who you're working with. You need to make sure that you're reading their reviews online. You need to make sure, you look at our website, we've got tons of testimonial videos online. And you also need to, check, are they with the Better Business Bureau? Do they have good Google reviews? Also, if you know how to do this, go search on the deed records, and you can see that we're buying houses. Our name's on the title to these deeds when we're buying them. There's a lot of companies out there that claim to be buying houses, but they're not actually buying any houses at all. So you need to pay attention to that. And some of them, put lots and lots of houses under contract, but nothing ever carries through because they're just unrealistic. They offer the seller way too much money for their house. And then what happens is they wasted their time and they wasted the seller's time because they put a house under contract for too much money. And then what they try to do is they try to go and wholesale the property to other people and see if they can get an experienced investor to buy it from them. Well, the problem is the experienced investor, just like myself, knows what the house is worth, knows what to offer on it, and has a certain formula. And we all kind of operate off of the same formulas and principles. And their asking price for the house is way too much money. Most of these newer wholesalers are really only making anywhere from $2,500 to maybe $5,000. That's just marking up the price a little bit. So let's say they get it under contract from you for your house is $150,000, and then they'll sell it to the other investor for, let's say, $155,000, right? They're essentially acting as real estate agents, but they're not really real estate agents. And they're just trying to sell their contract, which has happened. I mean, we do that too sometimes when a house doesn't really meet our criteria, but we want to help a seller and we want to buy it. But we actually buy it, close on the deal, and take title to it, and then we sell it. So we do that too, but I know what to offer. So they're going to offer you too much money for your property, and then they're going to try to sell it, and then they can't sell it. So they're going to do one of two things. They're going to just hope and pray, and they're going to ask for extensions on the contract. Also, pay attention to the contract. If they're doing anything longer than a 30-day close, you need to be questionable about that, unless you ask for it. Like we have a property under contract right now. We just signed the contract in the past week. We're now at the beginning of November. We're not closing till Christmas, but that's because the seller does not want to close until after Christmas. So that's on the seller's end. Typically, our average, if it doesn't need to close fast, we usually do 3 weeks on our closing. And if we need to close it fast, we've closed as fast as 8 days before on a property. So we can close really quickly, or we can close on your timeline. But if you've got a contract from an investor and they've got a 60 or 90 day closing in there and this open-ended closing, you need to question that. Like that's too long. Okay. That means they're just trying to shop it around, and what they're going to do is they're going to keep dragging it out, and they're just going to hope that maybe they can get someone to buy it. And the problem is no one's going to overpay for it, and then you're going to get 60 days out, and you thought your house was sold, and it's not sold, and then they're going to either bail on the contract or they're going to try to renegotiate you and negotiate the price down to what all the other offers you other got were in the first place from the other investors. So you're back to the drawing board. You're back to where you started. You just wasted 60 days of your time. They wasted 60 days of their time. And now what are you going to do? Sell it to them for the discounted price, or are you going to just cancel it all together and you're going to try this rodeo again? And then you're going to get a reality check again from this other guy who's going to offer you what you could have taken in the first place and already had your house sold and moved on. So we deal with that a lot. We deal with people who really just want it moved, and they see this super high sale price and they're like, oh, that sounds really, really good. And they start counting their eggs before they hatch. And then what happens is that doesn't go through, and then they're stuck holding the bag, and now they just wasted all their time. So I wanted to talk about that because we see that quite frequently now. The more and more deals I do, some of these sellers say, well, this other investor offered me, let's say we offer them $100,000 for the house. This other investor offered me $115,000. Can you beat that? And I tell them, no, I can't beat that because that's not realistic, and it doesn't work. He won't make any money on that deal, and he'll either bail on the deal for you or he'll buy it. Maybe he'll buy it. Maybe he has the money to buy it, but chances are he probably doesn't. And then if he does buy it, he's going to lose money on the back end. So, which I've done that before because I actually buy your property. If I promise to you that I'm going to buy your property, we're going to buy your property at the price we agreed to, even if I've got to eat the loss on the backside, because that's doing the right thing. That's what's called doing the right thing and doing what's right for people and following through on what you promised. So pay attention to that. Also pay attention to the due diligence period. If they're acting, our standard due diligence period in our contracts is 10 days. We'll go down to 7. Sometimes I'll do 0. It just depends. But if you've got someone who's got a 30-day due diligence period in there, you need to run away from that contract. That's crazy. Just run away from it. That means they're not that serious and they're just sort of fishing around. They're going to waste your time. So thanks for checking out this video, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry if I rambled again. If you do have a house you need to sell and you want to sell it to a company who you know can perform and will buy your house and do what they tell you they're going to do, ArborView Properties is that company. I've been in business for years. We know what we're doing, and we know how to deal with people. We know how to deal with houses. This isn't our first rodeo. So call our office, or you can go click on the link below in the description. You can go to arborviewhomebuyers.com. Again, the link below in the description. Or you can call us at 770-810-5715. Again, that's 770-810-5715. Thanks for checking out this video. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.